What's up, YouTube land? Um, and Facebook too, eventually. Um, Welcome to Lex Talk TV. I am Lex, of course, or Alex, or Sonia, depending on where and how you know me from. Um, I had a channel, and it was called Sonia Do It Big. And, well, I kind of forgot the email that I used for that, so might as well just start all over, start new. Hopefully I'll be getting those old videos and putting them up on this channel, but needless to say, I'm here and we're gonna get it done. But anyway, so I've made this video before a couple of times, but it wasn't working on my camera, so right now I'm doing it on my phone, which is highly annoying, but I'm doing it. But so once again, I'm Lex, and I'm 21. Currently reside in Clearwater, Florida. Looking to make a move to New York pretty soon. Um, um, I was on T for, did I say, I'm not sure if I said, well, I'm an F to M transgender, transsexual individual. I guess I consider myself transsexual because, by definition, transsexual, it means, to be making strides in changing one's sex, which, doesn't really make sense to me, neither here nor there, because for me, I've always been me, so, but it is what it is. Um, but yeah, so I was on T for about a year or so, give or take, and I um, I stopped taking testosterone. I was taking testosterone cypionate or cypionate. I'm not sure which pronunciation is supposed to be utilized, but anyway, so yeah, and thus far my voice has dropped exceedingly. I'm happy with where it's at. I wouldn't mind if it was a little bit deeper. I feel that my voice has wavered a little bit from where it was when I was on T, but I'm comfortable with where it's at. I'm not, not too upset about it. Um, Other changes that have come along, definitely, what I've noticed, and I don't know if other guys, have noticed this, but I've noticed that along with my face getting a lot, like, I guess, broader and just a little bit more chiseled. I've always had like a jawline like this, so, but along with that, my nose has definitely gotten like, I don't know if thicker would be a good word. Yeah, it's gotten thicker. Um, and of course, hair everywhere. I'm not like extremely hairy, but like you can see, I got hair like all, but it's all good. And then I got this little, I mean, I guess you could see it. It's not extremely visible, but I got a little stash going on, and then I got like little chops going on. Um, but yeah, and my feet haven't really changed. Some guys say that their feet change and stuff, but not for me. What else? What else? Emotionally, I would say definitely. I've my mentally, I've become a lot more happier. I've become a lot more direct too with how I express myself. A lot more precise, I would say, to the point. Um, there's not all this second guessing going on in my head as much, with second guessing as to, like, as to like second guessing myself, like, you know, like, am I, you know, am it, why am I this and not that? Why am I, you know, not what I'm supposed to be? Why, you know, all that why crap is out of the window. So it's good to be have a little more peace with, you know, all of that anxiety and all of that questioning, you know, what am I going to do about this? You know, what are people going to think? Right now, I'm at a point where it's like, this is my life and I have to take the reins and I have to seriously commit to loving myself first, you know, because you sit there and want to not impress, but you don't want to disappoint your family. You don't want to disappoint that image that they have of you. But at the same time, it's your life to live, and you can't sit there and please everybody. You can't sit there and 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 be somebody's what their representation of you would be. You know, you can't. And you'll fail anyway because you're never going to be to the T what somebody wants from you. And then that goes especially with parents, you know. I'm probably going to make another video, I'm going to make a couple of videos so you'll see me in these same clothes. But yeah, so I started 17 is where I knew something like had to be done. 17 was where I became aware of transgender individuals. But I did not know that there was such a community that exists like as it does today. Now, when I became completely honest with myself was when I was like 18, like probably halfway turning to 19, like almost halfway to getting to being 19. But I was honest with myself and I was like, well, something needs to be done. And so that at that point is when I decided that I was going to medically transition, and that was the road for me. Now, I'm not saying that my path is anybody else's path. For you guys who are pre-T or considering or whatever, you don't have to go on testosterone. You do not have to have top surgery. You don't have to have bottom surgery. You don't. For me, that was my path, and that's what I chose. Because I don't think I would be here today if I hadn't made that decision to go ahead and go on testosterone. It was just my dysphoria with myself was just to an extreme. And it was always there. Like, even when I was young, 8 years old, sit there butt ass naked in the mirror, looking at myself and wondering, why do I feel like something is just not right, Why do I feel like this is not, because it has to do a lot with socialization too. Like, growing up, I had always been told, oh, why, oh, my birth name, oh, Jasenia. Oh, why do you act like, such a boy? Why do you act like such a dude? Why do you do this? Why do you walk that way? You know what I'm saying? Or why do you do this? And I knew it was so much more than sexuality, because it was evident that I was interested in females. Like, I had my first crush in kindergarten, and I remember her name, so like nobody can tell me, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that always came, that was just natural. But with being trans or transgender, transsexual individual, whatever you want to call it, you have to, it's a constant metamorphosis. You're constantly evolving, and there's a lot of decisions that you need to make. There's a lot of staples along the way. So yeah, 18 was when I decided, yeah, this is, I'm giving it a go. And so I buckled up for the ride, and I found myself a therapist. It wasn't the best, in my opinion. I'm not gonna say names, but in my opinion, I could have gotten a therapist that worked a little bit better for me, for my needs. But it was fine, and I got my testosterone letter, a couple, like maybe 6 months into it, because it was very evident. I went in and I told them exactly what I was there for and what I wanted and what my goals were. I went in and I was like, listen, because he's like, what do you see? What do you want? You know what I'm saying? Like, not what do you want, but, what are your goals for yourself in terms of transition, or where are you at? And I said, well, I'm a man, point, period, blank. So testosterone, definitely. Top surgery, definitely. And at that time, bottom surgery, maybe. In my mind, it's definitely now. But I have to see where science takes it, where the progression leads to. But so yeah, I did that, and I did it, and I went to it actually wasn't an endocrinologist, which I regret, because you really should go to an endocrinologist. I went to a urologist, but either way, she's like, you're a healthy, young man. She's like, you're healthy, I mean, I don't know how healthy I am. I'm fucking fat, but that's whatever. But she's like, you're healthy, you're not pregnant, obviously. And she's like, well, I'm gonna, prescribe you testosterone, 1 ml every 2 weeks. And seriously, as soon as she started saying, okay, well, I'm gonna approve you to go on testosterone, like, after that, I didn't hear nothing. Like, I literally, after she was done telling me everything, I literally asked her, can you repeat yourself? because I did not hear a word that she said, because in my mind, it was just like this I really don't know how to explain it. It was just like, oh my God, like this weight lifted off of my shoulders, and just like this feeling of just like, just being at one with myself, just feeling like everything was gonna be okay. It was great. And then, I think about a week or less than a week later, I went back, the nurse injected me, and I would say an hour or two later, like, I felt a little sick, I would say. Like, I felt kind of dizzy. It was just a weird feeling. I don't know if it was, also all the feeling of elation that I was feeling, but it was definitely wild. It was crazy. And within the next month, I saw changes. My voice was like definitely like the first thing. I would say my voice and hair, those were the two things that were very prevalent. My body, like the fat distribution, it did change. I wouldn't say radically, but it did change. But now that I'm off of tea, it kind of like went back, unfortunately. But that shit happens. But yeah, so crazy, wild, crazy ride. But I couldn't have done it without a lot of people, a lot of people who helped me So, I would suggest to any of my brothers or sisters, you know, transitioning, I would say definitely find yourself a therapist. I don't care if in your state they don't need it, require it, do it because it's for you and you need it for your health. You need to take care of you first, and you need to make sure that up here, everything else doesn't matter. You need to make sure your health, number one, is okay. And number two, you need to make sure, mental health, you need to be right. Because let me tell you, if you're not right over here and you start fucking with your body and everything, you're not going to find yourself in a good place. You're not. This video's going to be long, but I have a lot to cover. But yeah, you definitely gotta put you first, and you have to make sure that you're ready for this ride, because um it's really nothing to fuck with. It's not. You need to be real with yourself. You need to say, okay, is this me? Usually ain't nobody got to tell you. Usually you ain't gotta you know feed yourself this idea. It just is what it is. It's you. But everybody's journey is different. A lot of people don't realize until later on in the game. A lot of people have lives, get married, have kids, you know and don't realize till after. So there's no right or wrong way. It's just making sure that, like I said, be real with yourself. And you know and you can't rush it, because trust me, um time flies. And that's cliche, but it really does. I cannot believe I am where I am. I'm so grateful and so thankful for the movers and shakers and advocacies and advocates, and the people who have paved the way for us, the younger generation of trans individuals. We owe so much to you guys. It's insane, because I would not be at peace with myself if I was not able to take testosterone and all these things. But yeah. So anyway, after 17 minutes and 45, 46, 47 seconds of talking, I'm done with this topic, this introduction. Please, 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 give me feedback, comment below, give me subjects. I'll also be covering other aspects, not just transition, but things in society, hot topics, poetry. I do a lot of poetry, spoken word. I compose a little bit of music. I like to sing, even though I'm not great at it. But yeah, thank you for watching Lex Talk TV, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.